ABC, CEO, wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a goal builder. I can teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? Happy Monday. Listen, y'all know I got, every time I come live, I got to do some crazy stuff on Facebook to make sure that y'all can see me on Facebook. Here we go. I changed the audience. It automatically locks. I don't know. Something going on with this StreamYard, but hold on. Look, you can hear, you can make sure that y'all can see me on Facebook. All right. Here we go. Change the audience. What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in, my friends. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that my friends are already here. And it's the Grow Your Money podcast, where I help you to learn how to grow your money and not blow your money. You know, every time I come live, I always want to give you something that you could chew on, that you could think about, that you could learn from, that you could, most importantly, grow from. I'm telling you, I need to be a rapper right now. Why is this coaching with Dr. Leisha on here? I need to be a rapper right now because your girl got straight bars. Let me put this other. All right. Fly Nubian money. All right. So listen, y'all, I had a really great weekend and I'm so refreshed. I had some really good sleep. I hibernated yesterday. What did y'all do? What did you guys do this weekend? I did the Bring Your Idea to Life training on Saturday and on Sunday, and it was all day on Saturday and on Sunday. This thing right here. And it turned out to be absolutely amazing. For those of you who were there, we had some really great feedback, and it was just really powerful. And I think we had some breakthroughs and some transformation, I would say so myself. In fact, let me show you. I think I got a little bit of a quick testimonial.
Hi, I must say that this training has been an absolute blessing to me. Constance has made me awake in ways that I never thought. She has pulled out things for me that I didn't want to be pulled out. I think she has, even though she doesn't say it's a gift, I think she has a gift whereas she can see something in us that we may not be able to see in ourselves. And she doesn't stop until she pulls it out of you. She wants the best, I believe, in her teaching. And I think she makes sure that you don't settle for less than the best. When she comes with her all, and you can genuinely feel her sincerity and her speaking to you and her teaching you. And she wants you to not just accept for mediocre. I thank her for making me see that, yes, my business vision is possible. The sky is the limit. And if my mind is made up, then what's stopping me? Nothing can stop me other than Linda. If God is with me, who can be against me? I am determined to make my business flourish and be what it should be. And it's all because Constance was willing to take the time to have this training. I can even take it again. I am so elated and excited about what she has done for me as a person. It is the best workshop I've ever been to. And I thank her for being determined to pull out of us what she knew that's in us because of what's in her and because of where she has been. So because of her journey, I am now here able to sit and speak with her and look to be a better person on my journey and to help somebody else along the way. Thank you, Constance. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
That was beautiful. And if Linda, if you're watching, shout out to you and all the other amazing people, lovely JR, that's always here, that were at the training on Saturday and Sunday. It was jam-packed. It was really intensive. When I tell you, y'all, I'm an introvert. I like to fold my legs when I'm at my desk and get comfortable. I'm an introvert. And so when you're an introvert like me, when you speak, it's like, I love speaking. I love public speaking. But when you speak, it takes everything out of you. So some people who are they're energized by, things like that. Like, so when I used to travel with Lisa Nichols and she would speak, since she's an extrovert and she would get like energy from the audience, and I'd be like, we be, you know, we could be somewhere in Turks and Caicos, and she's up to the wee hours of the morning, and I'd be like, girl, go to sleep. She's a vampire, but she would get energized from whatever happened, whatever she was able to pour into people. So for me, since I'm an introvert, when I pour into people, it takes from me. I don't get the energy from the outside. It has to pull from within, and then I hibernate. So I had a really good nap yesterday after the training, but it was magical. And so for you all, I'm going to do another free webinar on this Friday because I believe that more people need to have access and opportunity. So I have another training. So instead of coming on here at the same time, I'm going to do a free webinar for Think, Build, and Monetize, so I can show you how to identify your unique expertise and monetize your knowledge. I can show you how to build the exact framework to create your business, your brand, and show you how to monetize and create income. So you don't want to miss this. I decided that after that, I wanted to do it again. For those who missed it, I want to do, and it's free. It's absolutely free. You go to thinkbuildmonetize.com and you can sign up for it. And it's absolutely free. It'll be right here on this platform, but you have to sign up in order to view it, in order to be a part of it, because it's not going to be for the public. So it's going to be only for those who sign up for the training. So go to thinkbuildmonetize.com so that you can get, so that you can sign up for it. I'll talk about it again at the end, but thinkbuildmonetize.com. But it was amazing. But I see y'all had some amazing weekends. Who was that? Somebody said they had a birthday. So congratulations on your birthday. I don't even know who that was. Lovely JR, shout out to you. She attended the workshop, and I tell you, when the first day, she didn't have an idea of what her business was. She didn't know what her business was. And then but then I also trained them to speak and articulate their business so that they could sell it. And when she articulated that business, it was mind blowing. So some folks who weren't there on the first day ended up being there on the second day. And when they heard them articulate their value propositions for their business, they were like, oh my God, like these people are so far advanced. And I'm like, no, they were actually at the beginning, just like you, but we went through it. I helped coach them and train them through how to really articulate their vision. And when I tell you, it was mind blowing. And lovely JR was one of those special people who was in the class and who was able to really articulate her value. And I was blown away just by that. So it was awesome. So congratulations to all the people who attended. But I got a little ahead of myself. I always love to shout people out where they're watching from. So where are you watching from? I'm in the DMV. I'm hailing from the DMV. And guess what? It is almost outside season, y'all. I have been in the house on the couch for the last few months. And it's been amazing. I'm going to tell you that. Since I moved in, I'm like, I don't think I want to go outside no more. But guess what? It's outside season. I was on FaceTime with my middle son yesterday. And he was going back. They spent 3 of my kids spent the spring break with their father. And so he was going back to school yesterday, and he was like, I said, are you good? I mean, what are you going to get ready to do? He was like, it's Darty season. Darty, for you old people like me, is day party. It's Darty season. And so I was like, oh, that's right. I'm about to be outside. It's Darty season. And if you would have seen the way that little boy rolled his eyes at me, he did like this. I mean, the strength in which he rolled his eyes at me, because I said I was about to be outside for Darty season too. Here's the reason why I'm going to be outside for Darty season, because my ass be sleep at 10 o'clock at night. So a day party is perfect. It's absolutely perfect for me. Like going to an evening party, my ass going to be, I was everywhere. When I first came out here, I was at every event, just trying to get a lay of the land, meeting people, networking with people. But I literally, legit, I would say at least a minimum of 3 times, I was at an event in the corner sleeping. I'm the old chick in the corner trying to hey. I was at I don't know if you guys know who Raheem Devon is, but we interviewed him a few years ago, and I was at one of his concerts, and I was basically on stage sleep until Raheem came out. That's when I woke up. All right, yeah. literally I'm on stage and people were looking at me like, is this lady on heroin or what? She on stage late. It was crazy. So I'm so glad that is now daylight savings time. It's darty season for those who like to be outside like me. Is day party season. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about all the things that are getting ready to come up. I'm just excited about all the things that I've been working on for you guys too. I've been working on a lot of stuff that I think is going to be impactful. So I just, I've been in the lab, y'all. I've been working, and I was just talking to Boyce about this. Like, we have been, like, our hustle, we match, our hustles match. He being in the lab from sun up to sundown. I be in the lab from sun up to sundown. And we're just always trying to figure out how we can provide great value to you all. And so that's pretty much what I've been doing, is just out there, just trying to figure out what can I bring to you that's going to provide great value. And Grow Your Money Club is actually one of them. But I always definitely love to shout out Black-owned businesses. And one of the things that I told the ladies and gentlemen in the Bring Your Idea to Life training is, even if your business isn't all the way together, I still want to shout you out on the platform. You have an idea, you have a business that's getting ready to come. I want you to already speak it into existence, and I want you to put it in the comments. So I already know Miss Sunshine Diaz, she has Victory Village Wellness Center in Oklahoma City. If you are in or around Oklahoma City, then please make sure that you support this Black-owned business. I also think she said that she was at a women's prison this month. She does laser lipo, M-sculpt, sauna detox, all these things. So this is for your wellness. She does this, and she's in Oklahoma City. So if you're in or around, and she also travels from state to state, she said, helping people. So if you have a Black-owned business, make sure you put it in the comments. Also, you guys know that, the information that I give here, like I said, I'm always trying to give you something that you can learn and grow from. Make sure you share, subscribe, please. If you're watching from Dr. Boyce's platform, make sure you follow me as well. Make sure you follow Constance Carter. Wait, let me see. Are all my platforms on? Let me just see real quick. Oh, you know what? One of them isn't on. Oh, I'm missing one. Make sure you follow. Wait, hold on. Let me add that one to the stream. So I'm on like 8 different platforms. And so if you're on any of those platforms, make sure you go and follow Constance Carter as well. And make sure you subscribe to Fly Nubian Queen, because I'm on Fly Nubian Queen. I'm on Constance Carter. So you can go, you can see me, you can follow me everywhere. I am Constance Carter, whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. All right. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what we're talking about. Okay. So listen, I want to first shout all of you guys out who have been steady and consistent on the Target boycott. I want you guys to give yourself a pat on the back if you have been able to manage to maintain this boycott, y'all. Let me tell you something. There were a few times that I needed to go to Target, and I made sure, and I didn't. Like, I just didn't. And so I created alternative ways. If they say that Black people don't have power, guess what? Black people have power. We have $2 trillion in spending power. Target's boycott, it's working. Sales are down, the stock has dropped, and the corporations are struggling to figure out what to do. Okay? The other thing is consumer spending is down everywhere. With these tariffs and the tariff wars and all the things that this crazy lunatic in office is doing, people are not spending money like they used to. What does that mean for you? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. And Tesla is losing fast. The stock is dropping, and Elon Musk, while he is stripping the federal government of all the departments, guess what's also stripping? Teslas. Now, that's good news and bad news, because for me, who has a Tesla, I still have my Tesla, y'all. My lease was up last month. However, my raggedy ass kids put some dents in them when they were parking. So I got to get the dents fixed so I could turn it in. But shit, every time and like I told you guys before, I've leased cars for the last 10 years. And every time I turn in my cars, I always have equity in my cars. So I always get a little bit of money back. The problem I'm seeing here is for me and for the other people who have Teslas is there's no value. There's not going to be any trade in value. So that's what I'm afraid of. And what does that mean for me? Now, I can cheer that this is happening to this man because of all the horrifying things that he's doing. But for me, it's not a good thing. And for other Tesla owners, it's not a good thing. Our value's dropping. And if you own Tesla stock, that's dropping too. And Elon Musk's empire is taking a major hit. And yo, did y'all see Donnie, his new role as babysitter in chief? Let me see the picture. Man is babysitting Elon's. Y'all see that? He babysitting Elon's child. What is it? It is awfully strange. It is awfully strange that everything that's happening. Of course, there is a certain level of decorum and order that things typically happen in the White House. And these are things that we just have never seen before. Is this a new era? Is this something that's new? Is it acceptable? Because y'all remember when they had a whole meltdown when this fine young specimen wore a tan suit. There was a whole meltdown. You remember that? And all of a sudden, this man over here babysitting kids that's telling them to shut up. This little boy told him to shush. Y'all remember that? Look, he said shush.
From one year to the next are the same, and they're partnership with the agency heads, and I check frequently with the president to make sure that these.
Donald Trump is the babysitter in chief. That's what they said. That's what they're saying. He's a babysitter in chief. This is all very weird. And Brian, you're probably right. He will snap back. You know why? Because Elon Musk, while he's stripping all the other contracts for people of color and they're dismantling DEI and all of these things that are helping people to get these government contracts, Elon Musk's company have secured substantial government contracts in 2025 since the inauguration. As of February 11th, SpaceX holds approximately $22 billion in government contracts, with around $15 billion attributed to NASA. Over the past 2 decades, his enterprises have benefited from over $38 billion in government contracts, with Tesla receiving $15.7 billion and SpaceX receiving $22.6 billion. So you're right. He is the rubber band man, Brian Shanklin. He will snap back at the benefit of or at the expense of the federal government, while he's stripping everybody else from government contracts, firing government employees, getting rid of government departments. He's getting billions of dollars in government contracts. Does that seem fair? The person who's benefiting from government contracts is actually auditing the federal government and getting access to all this information. And y'all are saying, not y'all. A lot of these Republicans or supporters are saying, yeah, this is what we need. We need a third party to come in and audit. But do we need a person who is benefiting, who has a vested interest in getting money? There is a conflict of interest here. So wait, put that back up. He's also what? He's also helping what? He's also going to help redo the subway systems and the high-speed rail. Okay, that's cool. Siemens does high-speed rails and subway systems as well. But why is Elon Musk getting these contracts? There are other companies that do the same type of work, but why is Elon Musk the benefactor of that? It sounds like collusion. It sounds like corruption. Kim Jones said, if 47 has never valued adequate decency and order, he has bought with the Tesla money. He was bought, yes. So now he's got to bend over with no Vaseline. He got to bend over. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, think about the absurdity of this. This man got to babysit this kid. Like, what? The level of respect. The level of respect. Like, you got to do whatever the hell I say. That includes babysitting. And we know he's not babysitting, but you got to carry around my son. Like, this lets you know. This is probably Elon's way of letting you know who's really in charge. Because Donald Trump don't be around there with his own kids. You've never seen him anywhere when his kids were small, him taking his kids around in business meetings or anything else. But yet, you see him having Elon. That lets you know who bought and paid for this presidency. And Donald Trump, he knows where his bread is being buttered. Okay? So listen, let me tell you something. Stock is down over 17% over the last 6 weeks since the boycott started. So it started at $142.50 per share, price per share. And over the last several years, stock has gone up for Target. They've lost $12.4 billion valuation in the market. So yes, your green doesn't matter. Remember when the Montgomery bus boycotts happened, civil rights didn't change because of them marching and them getting bit up by dogs and them sitting at lunch counters. We didn't see real change until they stopped taking them goddamn buses. And as soon as they stopped taking them buses, and they did it for a year, this has only been 6 weeks, and we see what's happening to Target, and we see what's happening to the market. We are consumer class. Yes, we are. Black people, we are consumers. We have $2 trillion in spending power, and we spend it. We spend the shit out of our money. But now we are more cognizant of where we're putting our money. And that's because you guys are tuned in, and you guys are information. We are all information, and we are doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. People are spending their money differently. What does this mean for you? If you are a business owner, you need to pay attention to consumer behavior. People are being intentional. So if you're an investor, watch how corporations respond to social and political pressure. It affects the stock performance. So they think that they can play in your face, and they think they can say F you. Now we know, y'all all know, and we said it till our faces turn blue, DEI does not benefit Black people. We are not the biggest benefactors. But by them rolling it back, what they were saying to you is a big F you. They were saying F you to you, Black people. They were saying we don't support you. DEI in Target was implemented after George Floyd. It was a vanity project. They never cared about doing business with Black people. They only wanted to appear because it was politically correct to do it. But as soon as, just like how when Black people, when we did no longer had to spend money with each other, we stopped spending money with each other, right? When we had segregation and we had to spend money with each other, what would happen? Our dollar circulated in our community over a year because we had to. The moment that we had to stop spending money with each other, we stopped. Now the dollar circulates in our community 6 hours because we believe the white man's ice is colder. We believe their services are better. It's bullshit. And then we say, oh, I don't do business. And people say it with pride. I believe Brian Shanklin is probably one of the people that say, I don't do business with Black-owned businesses. I believe you are one of those people who would say some shit like that. I've run across people a lot in the past, not so much no more because it's not really in fashion. But you know, the powers that be have done a mother effing number on us to make us have so much self-hatred. But y'all, the blinders are being taken off, my friends. We no longer, I don't hear that rhetoric like I used to. Do you? You hear people say, I don't do business with black businesses? Because you will get slapped upside the face, or somebody will look at you like you are stuck on stupid, or you are the Uncle Tom or sellout as you are if you say some dumb shit like that in 2025. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I have said this to a church full of church-going people. I said this. I was speaking at a church one day, and I said, raise your hand if you've ever said that I don't. I said, how many of you ever heard people say they don't do business with Black-owned companies? A lot of people raise their hands. And I said, how many of you have ever said you don't do business with Black-owned businesses? Raise your hand. They raise your hand. I said, now take that same hand and slap yourself upside the head with it. Because that's the dumbest thing. I didn't say shit. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's the most self-hatingest, brainwashed thinking that you could ever have by saying I don't do business with people that look like me. But now it is a new day, and we are redirecting our spending because we got $2 trillion. If we were a country, we will be number 8. We will be the 8th largest country in the world based upon our spending. So now that we have been intentional about how we spend our money. Now that we are very cognizant about how we're spending our money, now we need to we need to focus it on Black-owned businesses. As investors, we need to look at how these companies are reacting to the spending, but also our communities, y'all. Also our schools, investing in things that matter. They are dismantling the Department of Education. I'm sorry to say the Department of Education was all the way effed up. It was. I don't want to say that I'm not mad at it because there needed to be an overhaul, because we've adopted the thinking of a lot of these liberals, right? And we're mad at the Department of Education being dismantled. But you got to look at this. How are our children being educated? How are our children? When you had urban decay, you had white flight. You had white flight, which caused urban decay, which caused all the local economies to be closed, right? To be down. Now, you know that schools are funded by taxpayer dollars on the local level. So if the tax bases are lower, then you have less money going to these schools. They spend $32 billion more on white schools than they do on Black schools. $32 billion. So when you have these colleges accepting these children and you have Black people not scoring as their white counterparts, it's not because they're dumber. It's just because they have access to more resources. White children do. That's the cause and effect. And then when they say no affirmative action, no DEI, we don't want them in our schools because they can't pass the test, it's because of the primary education. It's because what they're receiving. So when you have the Department of Education being dismantled, there needs to be some kind of overhaul, because our kids were being suspended at a higher rate than anybody else's. Our kids were being victimized at a higher rate than anybody else's. You have two kids, you have a Black kid and a white kid, and they do the exact same thing, just like with the criminal justice system. Their penalties are going to be harsher. That's happening at the elementary school level. And then they build prisons based upon Black children's third grade. So they're building prisons based upon what's happening in the education system. So there needs to be an overhaul. I'm not mad at it. I'm not taking on the liberal talking points when it comes to the Department of Education. My question is, what are we going to do and how are we going to educate ourselves? Now, we pissed off about them taking Black history out of the schools. I don't give a damn, because they wasn't even teaching the right Black history anyway. What we are seeing is more people speaking real Black history. We're seeing that on a bigger scale. Our kids are learning more from TikTok than they're learning from the schools anyway. So I don't care. I don't want them to teach me this fake white supremacy history, because what did we learn in history? We learned that Blacks were inferior. We learned that Blacks were enslaved. We learned that Blacks had struggles. We learned about civil rights. We didn't learn anything else. We learned about Mansa Musa being the wealthiest man that ever lived. That when he traveled, he gave the Egyptians so much money, he killed their local economy for 10 years. This is a Black man. We didn't learn about all the Black inventors that were out there that were inventing things that were stolen, patents stolen from them, given to white people. You know, Thomas Latimer, who actually invented the light bulb. Garrett Morgan, who actually helped with the stoplight and the yellow light, and had other inventions. We don't hear about those people. We hear about Thomas Edison. We hear about all these other great inventors. That's what they're teaching in school. So fuck what they talking about. I don't care if they don't teach this whack ass, wrong ass history in school. We need to be teaching our own children. But again, what do we do, y'all? What do we do now that they're dismantling these things? So now we've redirected our money from Target and spending and all that stuff. But what are we doing with everything else? How are we spending our money? And I really want you to think about this. But before we get into it, I want to just introduce you to the Grow Your Money Club, because that's me educating you. What is it that I can do to pour into you so that you can enhance your skill set? I got the Grow Your Money Club. This is something that I'm doing and my give back to you. If you want to learn how to build your own credit and become a certified credit expert, I got you. If you want to learn how to write your book and become a best-selling author,
I absolutely got you. If you want to learn how to build your business, get business credit so that you can get funding, you know I got you. And if you want to learn how to invest in real estate, stock, and generate multiple revenue streams, this is all inside the Grow Your Money Club. This is a 12-month comprehensive training that helps take you from working for your money to having your money work for you. The reality is having multiple revenue streams is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. And you need to learn how to go from just existing to actually living. In this political climate, there are so many unknowns. But the one thing that's for sure is what you know. So the more you know, the more you can grow. You need to join the Grow Your Money Club so that you can learn how to grow your money and not blow your money.
Let me tell you something. The reason why you hated history is because they wasn't teaching the real history. That shit that they was teaching in schools was not the real history. So don't let them take away that history. I don't care. Take that shit away. But guess what? They can't take away the truth, because you know what? What's my favorite saying? What's my favorite saying, y'all? They done fucked around and gave us the internet. We got everything we need in the palm of our hands. We got more information, more power, more technology in the palm of our hands than they had when they put the man on the moon. So again, I'll tell y'all this every single time, y'all. They've underestimated us. They've underestimated us. And that's okay. They think that when they playing in our faces and, oh yeah, we don't give a damn about them, because first of all, their white fragility. I seen somebody said, I seen on a post that said DEI didn't earn it. Y'all motherfuckers ain't earned shit for the last 400 years. You have gotten advancements simply because you were white and you were a man. And the moment you got some competition, you start crying. The moment somebody smarter came in that because they got an opportunity, because you got opportunities for years, the moment somebody else got an opportunity is when it became a problem, because now it's competition for you. Now they're getting advancement because they earn it and they deserve it. Trust me, Black people ain't getting advancements and promotions because we Black. We're getting in the door because of DEI. Sometimes, again, remember, the white women are the biggest benefactors. We're getting in the door. We still got to perform, y'all. We still got to perform. So the only way that and they're going to do everything they can to stop us from performing, right? But we got to, of course, as Black folks, work harder, run faster, jump higher, just to be in the game. We know as Black people, and it is exhausting, but hey, that's who we are. We're excellence. We are excellence in action. We got to be excellent to be good. We can't be good because that's only average. And average is just mediocre. We can't just come in there haphazardly. We got to perform like this just to be considered here. And we're only getting 70% of our white counterpart's salary for the same position. And you say we didn't deserve. It's okay. It's okay. Because in 30 years, y'all going to be damn near extinct anyway. And that's the whole problem, right? They're afraid of the browning of America. They are absolutely afraid of the browning of America. They know that their birth rates are low. They know that white women are getting abortions at high rates. They know that they're not making babies like we are. That's the reason why you had eugenics. Eugenics in the early 1900s was when they were sterilizing Black women. And that's why that was the birth of Planned Parenthood. They were putting Planned Parenthood. And if you look now, 70% of the Planned Parenthoods are in Black communities. Why? Because they want you to abort your babies. Now, this is not some liberal or conservative agenda. That's just the reality. They want you to abort your babies. They don't want you to have babies. They don't want there to be more Black people, because if it is, then they lose their majority status. But that's what's happening. That's why they're deporting Hispanic people. That's why they're offering white South Africans, Afrikaners, citizenship here. And they're probably going to give them free land too. That's why they're not closing any borders anywhere else but places where there are people of color. That's the reason why. They know that their time is up. Their days are numbered. That's the reason why they're doing all of this, y'all. Yes. So listen, y'all keep doing what you're doing. Stay empowered. Keep not spending. Now, spending is down everywhere. I seen something on CNN today. I seen a headline on CNN today, and where is it at? It's right here. Spending is down everywhere. Retailers are sounding the alarm. Move this banner. Weak consumer spending figures are adding to concerns the U.S. may be heading into a recession as Trump's tariffs policies create chaos and worry. So it's not only affecting the stock market, but it's affecting spending, which what affects the economy. Now this man is in here threatening, I'm gonna hike yours 300%. I'm gonna do this, and then when they start jumping back, what did he say last week to Canada? He's a very, very tough guy, and he decided that he's not going to do his electricity tariff, put that tariff on electricity, because your Secretary of Commerce called him, begging him not to. You could do all that. You could talk all that shit. You could talk tough all you want to, but when the rubber meets the road, it's like a bully. Like a bully, like walking around like this. Like they finna beat everybody up. Soon as somebody jump back, that's exactly what Trump is. He's that bully around there doing this, trying to wield his power. And as soon as somebody talks back to him, remember what the governor of Maine said? He asked all the states, "Are you going to comply? Are you going to comply?" The governor of Maine said no. He said, "Okay, then we won't be sending you no federal funds." And she said, "Okay, well then we won't be sending our funds to the federal government." This is the kind of talk tough that we need. This is the type of pushback that we need. And oh, by the way, y'all, listen, wait, where is it at? Where is it? I seen the dumbest tweet. I know y'all seen it. I put it on my Facebook page. I seen the dumbest tweet from somebody in Congress. Look at this. Todd Starnes said, Jasmine Crockett wants you to think she's from the hood, that she grew up on the streets. The exact opposite is true. She attended an exclusive day school where tuition is nearly $35,000 per year. She also attended Rhodes College, a private school where tuition is nearly $55,000 per year. She's cosplaying gangster. Now, who the fuck said that Jasmine Crockett was gangster? Who the fuck said that she was impoverished or in poverty? That right there. See, this is what they say, the caucasity. We never thought she was gangster. We never thought she was from the hood. But because she's black and she's unapologetically black, that is synonymous with being from, that is the most asinine shit I've ever heard in my life. This is how they simplify y'all, black people. This is what they do to simplify y'all. They think we are all from the hood. I don't know if y'all remember that story. I had mentioned it when Tiara was on here with me. Tiara will be back tomorrow, by the way. My neighbor, she says to me, she calls me one day. This is when I was still in California. Now, lived in this affluent neighborhood, and we were the only black people there. She had rented her house to a black couple. And they were there about a year, and I guess their lease was up and they were getting ready to move. She calls me. She goes, I'm going to have lunch with these people tonight. Dinner with these people tonight. And I want to sell them the house, but I don't think they can afford it. So, she knows I own a mortgage company. And so she said, can you, help me get them approved or see what we can do to try to help them? I said, okay, cool. So she goes to dinner with them. And then the next day, I called her, she calls me, and I said, oh, how'd your dinner go? And she goes, I don't want to talk about it. It didn't go that well. And I'm like, why? What happened? And she starts telling me about the conversation. And I guess they got offended because she made the assumption that they didn't have the money. And so her response was, is this Black Lives Matter thing? Right. And they were like, huh? So I'm sitting there listening in shock that she's saying this. And so they said, you don't know our village. They don't know what we have. She made the assumption that they didn't have no money. You don't know what we got. You don't know who our village is. So they were offended. Like, even if they didn't want to buy this house, they were like, fuck you. I don't want to buy this house now. Oh, by the way. So then she says to them, this is what she said. She said to them, I hope she didn't for her sake, but it's what she told me. She said to them, the same soup kitchen you were in, I was in. The same welfare line you were in, I was in. I said, how do you know that they were on welfare and they stood in the soup kitchen line? And she was like, huh? How do you know that these people are on welfare like they came from poverty? She was like, what? She was so confused because she automatically assumed that these people were impoverished. They came from poverty. And I'm like, I live next door to you. By the way, my house is twice the size as hers. What do you think of me? I didn't come from the ghetto. I didn't come from hood. I didn't come from poverty. Like I didn't come from wealth, but I didn't come from that. Like my two-parent household. Fuck. And it wasn't until then that she was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't know. This is the assumption that they think that because we're Black, we're automatically from the hood. We are automatically come from impoverished circumstances and situations. So she automatically thought that. And again, my house was twice the size of hers. So you must think I come from poverty too. This is what I asked her. She said, no, of course not. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She wasn't going to tell me that, but yes, she did. This is what they think of us. So the idea that we have to be from the hood is just absolutely absurd. And again, that's part of their thought process of what they think of you. They don't think you have any power, and that's the reason why they do what they do. They've been so successful at brainwashing us, after slavery. Yes, Kim, they think everybody came for Good Times. That's all they know. Good Times was our favorite show. It was my favorite show. I remember my cousin said, I hate that show because they can't seem to get out the ghetto. We were kids. And I'm like, this is a funny show. But she had the foresight and the wherewithal to think like, this is not progressive. Now that we look at it, we see that that's not progressive, right? But that's not all of our experience. It's the Good Times experience. And the fact that this is what they think of us. So again, they've underestimated us. That because they've been successful at brainwashing us. Again, after slavery, what did they do? They said, we're going to give you 40 acres and a mule. Then they turned around and said, no, we're not. We're not going to give you 40 acres and a mule. In fact, we're going to give the slave owners who lost the Civil War, we're going to give them the land. And then we're going to turn around and give 42 million acres of land to white people with the Homestead Act of 1862. Yeah, we're going to give it to them. We don't give it to you. Okay, pull yourself up by your bootstraps while we give everybody else an advantage. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So we do. Start building communities. We start, circulating our own dollar in our community. We building businesses. We building communities. We're in office, have political control of our own communities. And what do? The massacre of Wilmington, North Carolina. They came and they burned that city down. And it was the only coup d'etat where they overthrew the local government, white supremacists, burned down the town of these affluent community because they were jealous. Y'all leave us alone. And we all know what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in Greenwood. Not only did they burn it down, but the federal government sent bombs and bombed it. They don't want us to get no advancement. So then they've had the smear campaign even after that, right? So then they our Black leaders rise of the Black Messiah. Well, J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America was Negro unity, right? So then he kills Fred Hampton. They're afraid they have this fear of the rise of the Black Messiah. They kill Malcolm X. They kill Martin Luther King. And then they successfully, and this is all documented. If y'all don't know, I need y'all to read your history. They put drugs in our community. COINTELPRO. They put drugs in our community. Now we're giving our people drugs. So now the people, you put us in these impoverished conditions because when Black people came into these communities, now you take the local economies out. So now you have urban decay from white flight. So now in these communities, you push drugs in there. And then all of a sudden, now they have access to machine guns. Are they manufacturing machine guns in the hood? No, but they have machine guns. So now they're killing each other. Now the Ku Klux Klan don't have to do it. Y'all know in the summer of 1919, the Red Summer was the deadliest summer in the country, where they were hanging Black people all across the country. Well, all they had to do was give us guns. We could do their dirty work. They no longer had to, now it's not a public what is that? A public, not a public affairs, but it's not that nightmare. Like y'all know what I'm trying to say. Now the rest of the world doesn't see the United States as the big bad wolf because they're killing their citizens. Citizens are killing each other, and we're going to blast it all over the place so everybody throughout the world can know that in these concentrated areas where Black people are killing each other because you push drugs in our community, we're going to make it seem like it's widespread. That's why they think that we're all from the hood. That's why they think that we all think this certain way. That's why they think we're a monolith, because they push it in our communities and they hide their hands and they say, watch them go. That's why I'm telling you this, because I'm saying it's a new day. They're afraid that they are losing their power. Slowly but surely, they're losing their power. So while this may be a silent recession right now, this is good because this should have us thinking what we need to do different. Tesla stock. I told y'all Tesla stock is falling. That's a good thing and a bad thing, right? It's a good thing because when I go to the Tesla, when I go to the charging station, I'm in Prince George's County, Maryland. I'm in the DMV, all black. It's 10 charging stations. Ain't nothing but Black people there. We all got these goddamn Teslas. And I am so embarrassed to drive in a Tesla. I hate it. I hate driving in a Tesla. I hate it. I've hated Elon Musk since I heard him say DEI must DIE. That was last year. I bought the Tesla because I don't like driving. And I was getting ready. I had to choose. Do you hire a driver? And I was seriously considering that. Or do I get a Tesla and have it drive for me? And so my son ordered me a Tesla. And that's now I'm stuck. But a lot of Black people, especially out here, and I know probably in other places, have Teslas. Now we're stuck. And if you have Tesla stock, I told y'all last year to get rid of that Tesla stock. And people were like, nah, sis, you tell them to do the wrong thing. They can make money in Tesla. The thing about it is if we pull our money, he's not going to make money. Let's put it into other things that's going to make us money. But as long as we have our money in Tesla stock, I never, and it's plastic. It is so cheap, Cousin Dro. That goddamn Tesla, oh my God, it's falling apart. Like I sat down and anyway, it's made of plastic. But I told you that the Tesla, the reason why I can't sell the Tesla is because it's a lease, and I'm sure it's lost its value. I bought it in 2020. I bought it in 2021, and my lease is up, and it has no value. And I hate it for myself. I do. And while I'm seeing y'all, my payment is damn near $900. And while I'm seeing these Teslas, because now they the value brand people, they said the Tesla payments is like $300 now. I hate that shit. So y'all sell your Tesla stock. Sell your Tesla stock and buy and put your money into something else, because there's other electric vehicles that are out there that are better. If you're a long-term investor and you believe in electric vehicles, this might be a buying opportunity for you to rebalance your portfolio. But do your research before making a move, okay? There was something that I wanted to show you. What was the other thing I wanted to show y'all? I talk so much. Let me do this real quick, because I need to show you a little bit more about the Grow Your Money Club, just in case you don't know. Have you joined the Grow Your Money Club yet? If not, why not? The Grow Your Money Club is a comprehensive program designed to take you through the complete wealth building journey. We don't just offer random courses, we guide you along a clear path, starting with fixing your credit and becoming a certified credit expert, to building your business, increasing your cash flow, diversifying your portfolio, and ultimately letting your money work for you. With over 30 trainings designed to increase your net worth, you get to either purchase the trainings individually or go through the 12-month roadmap. Here are just a few of the courses. From campus to cash flows, this is teaching your children to become real estate investors. The Wealth Map training shows you how to eliminate your debt, increase your credit, and diversify your revenue streams. You can learn to write your book using ChatGPT. Learn how to build your online community. What about 8 ways to make money using AI? Oh, and here's 7 online revenue streams to fund your $1 million dream. How about learning how to purchase tax deeds or land banks? What about getting started in government contracting? If you're a rookie, the Real Estate for Rookies training has everything you need. The Business Blueprint training will help you build your business foundation, get business credit, get business funding, and learn how to pay yourself so that you can scale your business to the next level. Or perhaps you want to create jaw-dropping video content using CapCut, Midjourney, and ChatGPT. There are so many trainings and master classes within the Grow Your Money Club, and I also drop one new training per month. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity to invest in yourself, because guess what? You are your biggest commodity. You are your biggest investment. Join the Grow Your Money Club today. Y'all, I'm looking at your comments. I was looking at your comments. Okay, wait. Let me go back. Grow Your Money Club. It's $97 per month. You get the first 7 days for free. So you can go test drive it. Go to the Grow Your Money. Go to growyourmoney.club. First 7 days free. The reason why I don't have a problem in giving you 7 days free is because I have so much training in there I think will be invaluable to you, that I believe that once you start this training, you're going to be like, oh shit, I want to keep this training. So I don't have a problem giving you 7 days free training. 7 days free, because you ain't going to want to turn it off after that. So go ahead and test it out. You get 7 days in the Grow Your Money Club. And I have over 30 plus trainings in there right now. And I drop one new training a month. And it's going to be something that's going to be impacting your life. Y'all, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your comments. And Deborah Will Win said, whites in power are doing what they have always done until they destroy themselves. Somebody said something about lying. Y'all did some good comments in here. I always want to spend with Black businesses, but in a lot of cases, I'm treated poorly as a customer by my own. I was shot with those who value my business and treat me as they would other races. That's interesting that you say that. Here's what I say about that. Again, I'm gonna always do business with Black-owned businesses first. Now, all Black-owned businesses aren't equal. And you can't paint Black-owned businesses with a broad brush. A lot of times people will say, I don't do business with Black-owned business because they've had 1 or 2 or maybe 5 bad experiences with different Black-owned businesses. But that is not the entire of the Black-owned businesses. When you go to an Asian restaurant and be nasty and dirty and they have bad customer service, y'all still go back and eat them damn egg rolls. Y'all will, because you like them damn egg rolls. But as soon as a Black person doesn't step up to your standards or don't meet your standards, then you want to cancel all Black-owned businesses out. Here's the thing. If there's a Black-owned business that's not leveling up, instead of you putting a bad Yelp review, because that's one thing that it was so sad. I was in Atlanta and there was this restaurant and they said, the bad thing is, we get a lot of white people in here during the week, Black people in here during the weekend. And what she did say is the Black people are the ones who give us the bad Yelp reviews. The Black people are the ones who will find a hair all of a sudden in their food and they want the shit free. It's unfortunate that we have, some of us have this get over spirit, right? But what I would do is, if you receive bad service, is you give them constructive feedback. You give them feedback. I always try to do that. I've had situations where I've given feedback. Sometimes it was received. I remember I went to an event with David Banner. David Banner was in Sacramento and he was there and it was just like not put together well. And there was not a lot of people there and it just wasn't really that great. And so afterwards I told the person who put it on, I gave him some feedback and I didn't understand what was going on. And he was like, oh, this is what I meant to do when I was doing this. And this is because I was like, we were just sat there for an hour. He was like, oh no, that was our networking time. I didn't know. I thought we were just waiting on the thing to happen. I didn't know. But I said, I put on events and this is what I do. So here's, what I would do differently. And he was so grateful for the feedback. And he said, and he thanked me. And then on another hand, I remember, again, trying to do business with Black people. I had bought t-shirts from this girl and I wanted her to print some t-shirts. Now I have bought t-shirts from my cousin, who's also excellent at doing the t-shirts. And I bought some from her. I bought some from him. Her t-shirts were like iron-on t-shirts. She ironed on a logo and the quality was not even, it was not fair. It was poor. It was less than poor. And I told her, I said, I want to give you some feedback. I said, I'm going to pay you your money. I just want to tell you, I want to give you some feedback on the quality here. And her response was, okay, so when you going to pay me my money? That was it. That was her response. And I said, okay, I'll never do business with her again. So she didn't, what she didn't understand is that influence. She was so short-sighted and she didn't understand business. Okay, so then I'm not going to do business with you, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to do business because I did another Black-owned business, same time. These other t-shirts were excellent. So does that mean that I don't do business with any Black people because I have bad experience with her? No, I keep on doing it. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep on fighting for us. That's what other races do. Shoot, why do you think Asian restaurants stay in business for so long? Because they're supported and they don't have the best service. Okay. So I just had to get on my soapbox really quick because I think that there's this misconception that people say, "Oh, I'll do it anywhere," or "I don't get good." I have been in a lot of situations where I didn't get good service from all different races, but we will put a punctuation mark on a Black-owned business that we won't do for other people, and that's not fair. Let me see. Kim said, "Do you think MBE, business designation, SBA, minority programs, Black Chamber of Commerce are going to catch the shit rolling from down here from the feds?" Yes, they will. It already is where they're trying to get rid of erase the 8A, but still, those government contracts are available. Now we know Elon Musk is getting the lion's share of, and the reason why he's a part of the reason why he's a billionaire is because he's gotten billions of dollars in government contracts. It doesn't matter. Let's keep fighting for them. We're in the land, Kim. We're in the land of government contracts. There are so many opportunities out there for us to get paid. We just have to position ourselves right, and we just have to keep trying. That's the difference. Is if you're really serious about getting a government contract, the neighborhood I live in, my neighbors with these $1 million homes, they have $1 million contracts. Some have $1 billion contracts. So it's possible. You just got to keep trucking. You got to keep going. And they very well may get rid of the MBE, which is the minority business enterprise, and the DBE, which is the disadvantaged business enterprise. They very well may be, but it doesn't mean that there's not going to be any opportunity. So I say still go for the opportunity. Okay. I like watching travel YouTubers to learn about other countries. Kim said, "I went to a German-owned primary and elementary school in inner city Detroit who hired all Black educators and history experts to teach us. They told us they couldn't and shouldn't." I don't understand that. They sterilized their own that didn't line up with their standards and BD intellect. I appreciate you supporting Black-owned businesses. Okay, yeah, it's a lot of comments on here. But I found them interesting. You guys, y'all keep the comments coming and y'all keep the conversations going. Let me ask you this question though. If you were to get a government contract, because there's tons out there, and I do inside the Grow Your Money Club, I do have a training on how to get started in government contracts. But if you were able, so go to growyourmoney.club, it's free for 7 days. If you were to get a government contract, what would you specialize in? What would you do? I know people who have gotten government contracts because they have those MBE, those minority business enterprise certifications. And I know people who've gotten government contracts, millions and millions of dollars, who don't have any designations or certifications. But if you were to do it, what type of business would you work with the federal government on? What type of business would you work with the federal government on? There are opportunities out there. And so if you are an entrepreneur, number one, the federal government is the biggest employer of African Americans in this country. And that's why do you think they're trying to dismantle all these government agencies? Who's the biggest recipient of government jobs? We are. We're not the biggest recipients. 85% of them have the government contracts. They have the lion's share. We only 6% of us have the government contracts. But there's still opportunities in that space. I'm telling you this because I really want you to get inside your head that you can do more than just working a 9 to 5. You can put yourself in a position where you're generating real generational wealth. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's an attorney. He's a lobbyist and an attorney. And one of the things he said is, one thing that I've learned in being in the DMV for the last 20 plus years is that I'll never build generational wealth being an attorney. I'm watching my friends. He's watching people who live in my neighborhood. He's watching all these people who've gotten real money that they're passing down to their children and their children's children just by virtue of working with the government. I know a young lady who got a government contract in real estate, a broker, $1 billion REO contract as a real estate broker. There are all types of contracts in there. You don't even have to know the business or the industry. They're looking for people to take on these contracts. Otherwise, they got to give them to all the white people who got the majority of the contracts anyway. So throw your hat in the ring. Real estate will be one. There's tons of like property management, real estate government contracts in there. For me, and Kim knows, the reason why I haven't done a government contract is because it feels too much like corporate to me. And I love too much. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years, and I don't want to have to report to anybody. And I don't want to have that corporate structure that you have to have when you're working. You have to report, you have to have metrics, you have to do all that stuff. That ain't how I ain't built like that. I ain't been built like that for the last 25 years. So that's the only reason why every time I thought about it, I was like, this is not what I want to do. However, if you are in that space and you want to structure your business, or you work a 9 to 5 now, why not get a government contract on the side? You can get a small government contract where you're helping people. When you talk about real estate, you could help a diplomat get rent an apartment. That's a government contract. The federal government may need toilet paper. They can't go to Target and buy it. They have to buy it through a contracting entity. They have to buy it from someone who has a contract. So you are that middleman that go out there and get the toilet paper for the federal government, or the pens, or the paper. Those opportunities are available to you. So I want you guys to start thinking outside the box. What is it that you can do in this economy? How can you pivot? What are the advantages you have? Again, they've underestimated us. And while they're trying to take all of these things away from us, all of these programs away from us, they're going to need us. They are going to need us. And the reality is they're going to need us before we need them. I'm happy that that we're being more self-reliant. I'm happy that we're not, they're limiting these welfare programs. I'm happy about that, because that's what we need. And if you want to get out of that, if you want, listen, there was somebody that I know. I remember when I first got my real estate license, she was living in San Jose and she was making good money. And I said, hey, don't you want to buy a house? And she was like, and get off housing. Like, people are addicted to these aids, and there are people who can actually be doing so much better for themselves, but they'll limit themselves. I had a friend who was in real estate, and she was making a ton of money in real estate. And then she just stopped working so she can get child support from her ex-husband. If she was working the way she had worked in the past, she wouldn't be able to get the child support. So she limited her 6-figure salary so she can get $1,000 a month from her. Like, that's the kind of thinking that we have. We limit our potential and our possibility because we're so dependent upon these things that we're getting for free. Real freedom is in ownership. Real freedom is in ownership. And that's the reason why I'm so passionate about teaching you guys, how to build businesses, how to go from ideation to manifestation to monetization. That's the reason why I just did this training over the weekend. I did this wonderful training. Several of you guys who are watching today, it was great. In fact, let me show you some feedback that I got from the training, because I'm going to do it again and I'm going to offer a free training. But let me show you what Miss Linda had to say about this training.
Hi, I must say that this training has been an absolute blessing to me. Constance has made me awake in ways that I never thought. She has pulled out things for me that I didn't want to be pulled out. I think she has, even though she doesn't say it's a gift, I think she has a gift whereas she can see something in us that we may not be able to see in ourselves. And she doesn't stop until she pulls it out of you. She wants the best, I believe, in her teaching. And I think she makes sure that you don't settle for less than the best. When she comes with her all, and you can genuinely feel her sincerity and her speaking to you and her teaching you. And she wants you to not just accept for mediocre. I thank her for making me see that, yes, my business vision is possible. The sky is the limit. And if my mind is made up, then what's stopping me? Nothing can stop me other than Linda. If God is with me, who can be against me? I am determined to make my business flourish and be what it should be. And it's all because Constance was willing to take the time to have this training. I can even take it again. I am so elated and excited about what she has done for me as a person. It is the best workshop I've ever been to. And I thank her for being determined to pull out of us what she knew that's in us because of what's in her and because of where she has been. So because of her journey, I am now here able to sit and speak with her and look to be a better person on my journey and to help somebody else along the way. Thank you, Constance. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
Thank you so much. There were so many great outcomes and takeaways from this training. It's 2-day training. So I'm actually going to be doing a webinar on Friday. So instead of coming here and listening to me here, I want you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you, Kim. I'm going to be doing a free training on Friday. So if you're interested in this free training, go ahead and sign up, and it's only going to be for the people who sign up. So you have to sign up in order for you to get access to it. So I'm going to show you how to identify your unique expertise and monetize your knowledge. I'm going to help you build your framework to create your business. I'm going to help you to show you how you can monetize proven strategies to generate income and scale your business. So go to thinkbuildmonetize.com. Let me see if it's working. Thinkbuildmonetize.com. Yep. It's a 2-day training. It's going to be, it's on March 21st. Yeah, it's on March 21st. It's on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So listen, this is a rarity that I'm offering for you. And it's free. This is the second one I'm doing. Think, Build, Monetize. This training is free. So Friday at 11 a.m. I want you to have your face in the place. I'm going to show you some strategies to help you take your idea and show you how to monetize it, show you how to build off of it, and show you how to monetize it. Okay. So Think, Build, Monetize. This is a webinar on Friday. I'm going to give you a moment right now. Open up another tab on your browser and go to thinkbuildmonetize.com. If you missed the last one, you do not want to miss this one. This is absolutely free. This is going to help you. We got to get out of this consumer mentality, and we got to get to investing. The number one investment that we can make, y'all, is in ourselves. Okay. You are your biggest commodity. Stocks are good. Bonds are good. Real estate is good, but you are your biggest investment. And I want you to just take a moment, just take an hour out of your time. This is my give back to you. I don't make no money. This is free. So this is my give back to you. I want to help you I want you to help you crystallize and formulate in your mind, what is that thing that you're good at? I don't know if you know, people will pay you handsomely for. What is that thing that you're good at? We're going to take that from an idea and we're going to make it into a business. Okay. So this is a 1-hour webinar on Friday. Yes. Thank you, Terry. Terry was there. I'm so proud of all of everybody that came. I'm so proud of all of you guys, because the transformation that happened in 24 hours from day 1 to day 2 was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. I tell you, it was phenomenal. So I can't even explain it. I can't put words to it. It's just one of the things where you got to be there to really understand what actually happened. But that was just one. Everybody had some great breakthroughs and transformations as a result of attending this 2-day training. So this is going to be an hour, just a teaser, just to show you what you can do. These are your possibilities. Get off the fence, get off of mediocrity, get out of just being content with where you are. I want to help you to grow to where you need to grow. Okay. So go to thinkbuildmonetize.com so we can go from ideation, that idea that you have that people will pay handsomely for, to monetization. And I know you have a brilliant idea, and maybe somebody told you that it wasn't good, or maybe somebody told you that other people are doing it, or maybe you've seen somebody else do it and they're doing well, and maybe you think that there's no room for you. There are 8 billion people on this planet. It's a lot of people that need your help. It's a lot of people who do the same thing I do, but they're not me. It's a lot of people who do the same thing that you can do, but they're not you. Understand that what God has given you is for you, and nobody can take it away. He gave you that idea for a reason. And if you don't do it, somebody gonna do it. But why don't you benefit from what God has gifted you with? So go to thinkbuildmonetize.com this Friday, same time, same back channel. I want to see all of you guys register for this, because this is going to be life-changing for you. It's going to be a game changer for you. And I'm excited for the people who are going to be on, because this is going to be awesome. Okay. Thank you, Karen, for signing up. I want to see your face in the place. I'm taking my time out of my busy schedule, and I just want to help you to be your best you. They are doing everything that they can to silence us. They're doing everything they can to oppress us, but they've underestimated us. They really have. And so it's going to take you not only listening to me, but it's going to take you taking action so that you can get to that next level, so that you can live your dreams. I live my dreams. Y'all, I'm telling you, I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. I'm looking at the golf course right here. And every day that I wake up, Every morning I wake up and the birds be like, today I was like, okay, birds, y'all doing too much. I really was. I'm like, y'all doing too much. Like, y'all doing too much. But every day I wake up, I just be like, oh my God, the birds are chirping. This is great. I love it, God. Thank you. I be just thanking God. Today the birds are chirping a little bit too much though. But I'm so grateful. I live life the way I want to live it. And y'all, let me just tell you something. I've been where I made a lot of money, and I don't make as much money as I used to. I'm on the way back. I'm like halfway there. But I know how to make it. I know how to get it. I've lost it. I've gotten it again. Like, I know how to get there. So it's one thing to be able to get money. Can you keep it? And if you lose it, can you get it back again? You have to have a certain strategy to be able to create something that's sustainable. And that's the thing about what we're doing, with the Black Business School and everything that we're just doing, trying to do in the community to uplift our people. This is for you, y'all. This is for you. So I'm really excited about what we're getting ready to do. I think that's all. I'm at an hour 10 mark. You guys, make sure you watch Fly Nubian Money. I'm not going to be on there today. I got to go and talk to my agents at Catalyst because we have our Monday morning sales call in about 15 minutes. And we selling real estate all over the state of California. And guess what? My daughter just got licensed in Virginia and DC. I was already licensed in DC, Maryland, Virginia. My daughter was licensed in Maryland, but guess what? She is now licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. So if you are in or around the area, I'm helping her. I'm doing, with my mortgage company, I'm helping originate the loans for her clients. And she is out there killing the game in Maryland. Now she's going to be in DC and Virginia. So if you need real estate services, go to Catalyst Real Estate, our website. You can send me a DM. You can apply for a loan and we can help you in all of those areas. So that's what we have for you. So many different ways. Oh, you know what? In fact, remember when I told you I live in an affluent neighborhood? I want to share with you this video that I did, and I just reposted. I did this a few years ago. This is when I used to change my hair up every few months. But look, check this out. 12 years ago, I moved into an affluent neighborhood. And when I did, I wanted to see who was who. See, I met one of the neighbors and he was telling me, this person owns this multi-million-dollar company. This person owns a winery. So I wanted to see who my neighbors were. When I went to look them up, because as a real estate agent, I have access to that information, I noticed that a lot of these homes were in living trust. And so I was wondering, what is this whole living trust thing about? Coincidentally, a few months later, we sold a home to a young couple and the home was only in the husband's name. A few months later, he gets into a car accident and he dies. The wife wants to sell the home. And she couldn't sell the home because even though California is a community property state, half of that home still belonged to the kids. And the judge, when she went to try to sell it, the judge said, well, it's not in the best interest of the children to sell the home right now. She had to go fight through probate in order to get it sold. And so over the years, I've sold many homes of people who ended up dying, and some had living trust, some did not. A will is not the same as living trust. So even if you will your property to somebody in your family, it still has to go through probate, which is a costly process, and a will can be contested. A living trust cannot be broken. Even as a first-time home buyer, when you get your home, it is important that you protect your assets. Get mortgage protection insurance and get a living trust. You want to make sure that your kids don't end up hating each other and fighting each other in the event of your death. Yo, somebody asked my daughter's socials. But yeah, I've had many of clients that was fighting, that was hating each other. Mama said that she wanted me to have, and we had I've had so many situations where stuff has gone to probate. I had a situation where, and she'll probably watch this because she told me she watched me every day. Thank you for my daughter. But her father-in-law passed away. He's still dead. He's still dead. He's dead. He's sitting at the table, dead. The coroner ain't even came yet. His kids is taking the furniture out the house. I'm like, this is my mama's furniture because they didn't want his girlfriend to get it. They fighting over furniture. People be fighting over jewelry. They fight over property. They fight over a house, and they end up hating each other. And so if you don't have a living trust, the reason why I made that video is because people don't have living trust. When I moved into that affluent neighborhood, it was all white. I was only black one. My neighbor thought, I was from good times. They all had living trust. I now live in an affluent neighborhood, which is a predominantly black neighborhood, bigger houses, better cars. Nobody's houses are in living trust. Why? we got to start protecting our assets, because we work so hard to accumulate these things, and then they end up going into probate, and it's up to the judge to decide. And let me tell you something. I work hard for my shit. And the worst thing in the world is to be able to have a judge, because this happened in my divorce, have a judge tell you what you had to do with the shit that you work hard for. Oh my God. Having flashbacks. You out there working, and a judge tells you what you have to do with the stuff that you work hard for. Well, if you have a living trust, you don't have to worry about that. So a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, I created an ebook on how you can actually do your own living trust. You don't even have to go and pay thousands of dollars for a living trust. It's $20. It's an ebook. This is going to save you thousands of dollars. It's going to save you time. The reason why I came up with this is because I was saying I had to update my living trust when I moved out here and I purchased this home. And so I was just like, because I had a living trust before, I just had ChatGPT update it, and I knew all the prompts to do it. So I just had ChatGPT, and I was like, I can give this to all my people and have them show them how to create a living trust with ChatGPT. Let me write an ebook. So I give you the prompts of what you need to create a solid living trust. Number one, I show you how to record them in your state. I show you how to make them legal. Okay. So go to makemylivingtrust.com. It's $20. $20. It's an ebook. Real simple ebook. I give you the prompts. You put it in ChatGPT. Bada bing, bada boom. You have a living trust. You ain't got to have, you can have absolutely. If you want to have a lawyer overlook it, you can. You probably should, but you don't have to, because it's an ironclad living trust. I'm not an attorney. I will preface it and say that, but this is an opportunity, and living trust costs anywhere on the low end, $1,500 till around $3,000, and depending on your level of assets, it could be more than that. So to be able to get this for $20, check it out. Check it out. I've helped celebrities with this. I've helped clients with this. MakeMyLivingTrust.com. Get yourself a living trust, Black people. Protect your assets. I'm gonna be here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Remember, again, on Friday, it's not going to be a regular podcast like regular. It's going to be a training where I'm going to help you. Build, think, build, and monetize your business. And it's going to be a game changer for you. So this will be Friday. So make sure you go to thinkbuildmonetize.com. Now, y'all, this is Women's History Month. Kimberly, if you're still watching, I'm honoring one of your personal friends, somebody that I've been wanting to meet for a long time. Miss Kathy Hughes. She's been on my vision board, my list of people that I've been wanting to meet for years. And she actually lives here in the DMV. At some point, I'm going to meet Miss Kathy Hughes, but she is my Black History Spotlight, my women's, make sure it's in here. My women's, yep. She's my Women's History Month feature today. So this week, or actually for the next 4 weeks or the next 3 weeks now, since we're in the second week, I think, I'm going to try to do at least 2 Women History Month, Women History Spotlights. But here's a little something about Miss Kathy Hughes. Today, we are talking about a media mogul, a boss, and a woman who made sure Black voices were heard loud and clear. Somebody who has been on my vision board for years that I've wanted to personally meet. Now listen, when we talk about power moves, Kathy Hughes' name has got to be in the conversation. She's the founder of Radio One, now called Urban One, which became the largest Black-owned media company in the country. Y'all, this is the first Black woman to own a publicly traded media company. But let me tell you something, it wasn't easy. Kathy Hughes lost everything building her dream. She and her son literally lived in the radio station while she fought to get her business off the ground. But she didn't quit. And because of her perseverance, her company now owns more than 50 radio stations, TV networks like TV One, and a digital empire that keeps Black stories front and center. Now that is what legacy looks like. She built a platform where we could control our own narratives, tell our own stories, and make sure our voices were heard. Without Kathy Hughes, a lot of the Black media we know and love today wouldn't even exist. So today, lady, we salute you. You are a queen, a visionary, and a living legend. Now let her story be a reminder that when the journey gets hard, you don't stop. You build, you grow, you keep going. I am personally inspired. Now, if Kathy Hughes inspired you, drop a Black fist in the comments and share this with somebody who needs to hear. And remember, Black women don't just make history, we are history. Black women don't just make history, we are history. Yes, Miss Kathy Hughes. Shout out to Miss Kathy Hughes in the DMV. She started her radio station in Washington, D.C., land of plenty of opportunity. For those of you, and shout out to, real quick before I go, I love it, Miss Terry Wilson. Kyle is her realtor in Maryland, and she is awesome. So if you guys are in or around the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, follow her on TikTok. She be doing a damn thing on TikTok. She's doing a damn thing. So and Instagram, follow her. And if you're looking to buy or sell, hit my daughter up. I mean, working with her is basically working with me. So Keys with Kai. She will be the one out showing you property and doing all the things. And I'll be right there in the background, mentoring and coaching her until she gets to her mama's level. But Keys with Kai is my daughter. And if you're in the area, go and hit her up. All right. Thank you guys. You guys have been amazing. Y'all stayed on here with me and y'all listen to me rant. You know, I always love to talk about the historical context of where we are because I think it's important because, you know, we got to get away from these talking points that we see inside the media, and we got to formulate our own opinion. Like, we're not all the Black people, and I know it's more than Black people. I see people from Bangladesh are here. Thank you. So be sure to tag her, Kathy Hughes in Urban One. She's a phenomenal icon. Yeah, that's Kim knows her person. That's her personal friend. Kim ain't introducing me to Kathy Hughes though. But the thing about it is we need to make sure that we have our own opinions. We're not a monolith. We're not all liberal. We ain't, you know, when they stole our word woke and all that shit and they made it part of some other liberal agenda. That's not who we are as Black people. Well, we know, right? A lot of the values that the Republican Party have, we don't have. A lot of the values that the Democratic Party have that we don't have, but we have to start thinking for ourselves. The reason why a lot of people are so mad is because the very thing that they've done to us, they are getting done to. And that's the only reason why they loud about it. This shit's been happening to us for years. Now, not that we just need to mind our own Black business and mind our own Black business like the shirts I have, because we need to do that too. But we also need to look at it, and we also need to see, I got t-shirts. Go to conversationtees.com. We're going to mind our own Black business, and we minding our Black business. We minding and we minding. But we also need to take note, and we need to make smart strategic moves right now, because right now is, in my opinion, is the best time to be alive. So y'all, I appreciate you guys being on here with me. I'm going to see you tomorrow, same bat time and same bat channel. Where is my outro?